To a developing story in Surprise tonight. One person is dead after an apparent road rage incident.
It happened this afternoon near 163rd Avenue and Grand Avenue. Fox 10's Kenzie Beach is live on the scene with the details tonight. Kenzie.
Yeah, guys, as you can see behind me, this is still a very active scene, but we just spoke with the Surprise Police Department, learning that that victim died after being transported to the hospital. I'm going to take a step out of the way to show you kind of what's going on here. You can still see investigators. They're very actively working this right now. We know that is where that victim was shot. He was shot outside of his car, but the suspect did flee the scene. Now, the Surprise Police Department was able to utilize cameras in the intersection of Grand Avenue and 163rd Avenue to track down that driver. That is an 18-year-old suspect, but he did end up calling the police on himself when he got home. Surprise Police are urging drivers, don't interact with other aggressive drivers.
This was most likely a road rage incident, and that's why one of the things we always like to encourage your followers and all of our communities, if there's something going on that's troubling you, somebody who's driving aggressive, somebody who's driving unsafe while they're on the roadway, we encourage everybody to be a good witness. Take a photograph if you can of a license plate of the driver. Don't engage, and then of course call your local police department.
Now, we have learned that that suspect is a 33-year-old male. We do not know that victim is a 33-year-old male. The suspect, an 18-year-old male. Both of those names have not yet been released, but I asked Rick Hernandez, do we know if there were other people in either the suspect or victim's car? That's something they're both still looking into, but that 18-year-old did flee the scene, later calling the police on himself, and he is in police custody tonight. Those charges are still pending, and we're expecting a lot more information to come out on this investigation. Reporting live in Surprise, Kenzie Beach, Fox 10 News.
All right, Kenzie, thank you for that update.
Copper is a hot commodity these days and a big target for thieves as well. Plus, the telecom industry is worried about a recent surge in thefts right here in the valley. Steve Nielsen explains.
Take a look at these photos, a familiar scheme. Thieves posing as crews to steal copper, according to Dan Chasen with Lumen and CenturyLink.
They would take a magnetic sign, stick the name, Joe's Cable Service on the side of it. They put a cone in the yard, a hard hit on, and an orange vest, and they go out and steal our copper. And they're doing it in someone's yard. They're being seen doing it. But nobody's calling anybody because they assume it's one of a contractor for one of our companies, and it's not.
These pictures capture a box being stripped of wires, costing the company thousands of dollars, but the real impact is on you.
So it can affect TV, phone, internet. It can affect it all.
Chasen says each box contains very little copper, so when thefts happen, they hit a lot of them. They've had 24 thefts in the last 40 days, so he says if you see a truck that looks a little off, call police to check it out.
It's a vicious cycle, and eventually it's going to cost someone their life because they cannot access services that they depend on, whether it be fire, ambulance, hospital, police, just normal everyday life.
Steve Nielsen, Fox 10 News.
First at 5, a Fox 10 exclusive. New details after a worker is found in the rubble of a West Valley warehouse.
It came crashing down Wednesday night during a monsoon microburst, and tonight the family is planning to lay their loved one to rest after the exhaustive 3-day search to find him. Fox 10's Nicole Christine is live with the details. Nicole.
Well, good afternoon, guys. As we can all imagine, the past few days for Oswaldo's loved ones have been nothing short of a nightmare. Today, they gathered at this church behind me in Buckeye to plan their beloved brother's funeral. They say they've been leaning on each other and their faith during this dark time.
We'll never understand why. We'll never, we never want nobody to leave.
As Oswaldo Montoya's family mourns his tragic death, they're choosing to remember the many good times they had.
We actually have a great memory of him on her birthday last year, and he was just so funny, dancing. He was just the happiest boy ever.
Oswaldo became a father 2 weeks before he died. His sisters Judith and Marianne say he was so excited to have a son.
His partner, she says that he would always call her during work to see his baby, what is he doing? Just send me a picture.
That was his little treasure. That's what he would call him. Era su tesoro.
And as the family continues to grieve, Judith shared a message to the community.
I wanted to say thank you so much, because I know a lot of people send their prayers and their love. spiritually, you know, and for me that counts a lot. Because I believe in God, and I know God works in a mysterious way. We will never understand why my brother, but we know everything happens for a reason.
And the sisters also were quick to thank the first responders who spent days searching for Oswaldo. Now, we will have more from our interview with Judith and Marianne tonight at 9 and 10. For now, though, reporting in Buckeye, Nicole Christine, Fox 10 News.
All right, thank you, Nicole.